nothing thinking is a negative thinking pattern that's common in people with depression or anxiety. In this video, I'll explain what it is, how it makes common mental health issues worse, and share several ways to overcome it. All or nothing thinking is a cognitive distortion, which is an irrational thought pattern that can cause you to perceive reality in extremes. For example, Helen is a straight A mathematics student and receives a B grade in her latest exam. Helen concludes, "I'm a total failure." Or we can look at Malcolm, who has recently asked a woman out on a date. He left her a voicemail message last week and still hasn't heard back from her. Malcolm concludes, "I'm a total loser and I will never find the right person." Both Helen and Malcolm are thinking in extreme black and white terms with no shades of grey. They believe they are either good or bad, right or wrong, a success or a complete failure. Thinking in this way can reinforce issues such as anxiety, depression and low self-esteem. Now the problem here is that when you are depressed or anxious, you may not even recognise that you're experiencing a cognitive distortion. You probably believe your thoughts, which can cause you to feel more anxious or depressed. So what can you do about all or nothing thinking? The first step is to notice how you're thinking. Look out for extreme words such as always and never, which lead directly to all or nothing thinking. For example, I always mess things up. I always lose. I'm never going to get a job. I'll never find someone that loves me. Catching yourself using all or nothing language takes some practice because thinking this way can be so automatic. When you notice all or nothing thinking, it might be useful to say to yourself, "That's all or nothing thinking." Now, labelling your thinking in this way can create a sense of separation from your thoughts. Step 2, look for the shades of grey. For example, Matt believes he is a total failure because he hasn't got a job. He is looking at himself in only 2 categories, success or failure, which makes him feel depressed and want to give up. It would be really helpful if Matt could look for the shades of grey. He might do this by asking a series of questions such as, is there another point of view? Am I paying attention to only one aspect of the situation? Am I making assumptions? What would I say to a friend who told me something similar? These questions encourage Matt to evaluate his thoughts and construct a healthy and balanced view of reality. They enable him to identify the shades of grey within his situation. Step 3, name the emotion. Instead of saying, "I'm a complete failure," it would be more realistic and helpful to say, "I feel anxious about my career," or "I feel anxious that I may not be able to pay my bills on time." Identifying emotions keeps you grounded in reality. It also gives you the opportunity to problem solve. Step 4, use the word "and." So instead of saying "I'm a bad person," you might say, "I have a lot of great qualities and sometimes I make mistakes." Instead of saying the interview was a total disaster, you might say, "I answered some questions well and some questions not so well." This avoids absolute black and white language. As you can see, it's not just about positive thinking. You're not trying to convince yourself that everything is fine. It's actually about gaining a healthy perspective, and that involves acknowledging strengths and weaknesses. Step 5, thoughts are not facts. Just because you think something doesn't mean it's true. Did you know the brain actually has a bias to think negatively? It's called the negativity bias. In order to survive, our ancestors were continuously scanning their surroundings for threats. From an evolutionary perspective, it's understood the tendency to dwell on the negative is simply one way your brain tries to keep you safe. So the next time an unhelpful thought pops into your mind, you might try saying, "Thanks for that, mind. Thanks for sharing." Remember, just because you think something doesn't mean it's true. Thoughts are not facts. Step 6, practice self-compassion. All or nothing thinking tends to be very harsh and self-critical. Talking to yourself in this way can actually trigger your threat system and activate your fight or flight response. Fortunately, you can dampen the threat response by practicing self-compassion. This can involve talking to yourself as you would a close friend, or practicing soothing exercises such as mindful breathing or mindful walking. One of my favourite self-soothing exercises is called soothing rhythm breathing. In this exercise, you are slowing down and deepening your breath to find a soothing breathing rhythm. This can actually change your physiology and stimulate your parasympathetic nervous system, which in turn can stabilise your thoughts and emotions. So I put a link to this exercise and other helpful exercises in the description below this video. If you would like me to make more videos like this, please give it a thumbs up. You may also be interested in the video on the screen now. Just click the screen to view the video, and I look forward to seeing you soon.